Welcome back, my darling diamonds in the rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and today we have some sad news. We have some sad news. I. The legendary Japanese racing horse, Haru Urara, has passed away today. She had a record of 0 wins and 113 losses in a 6-year career. It's just... And she was an icon of just persevering, the most gracious of losers. There's so much dignity in losing. And it might have taken the world by storm. She took the world by storm. I would like to read some of her Wikipedia article before I start Japanese practice. Also, I'm going to fix the title on Twitch. So please give me a moment for that, but let me begin by reading it off. Haru Urara was a Japanese thoroughbred racehorse. She achieved a record 0 wins and 113 losses in a career spanning from 1998 to 2004. Her unbroken losing streak was covered by Japanese media in 2003, causing her to achieve national popularity as a symbol of perseverance and tenacity. Hara Urara, a bay mare, was foaled on February 27, 1996, on Nobuta Bokujo, Utafue, Mitsuishi, Hokkaido. She was sired by Nippo Teo, a top-class racehorse whose wins included the Tenno Sho and the Yasuda Kinen. Unable to find a buyer, the farm began training her as a racehorse. Wait, let me just add this into the category for Twitch so I can update that, and then I can just read through her career real quickly. Okay, lovely. Let's done that. Actually, let me pull it up on pull it up on stream. Rah. Might as well. I might have only really learned about horse racing through not Genshin Impact, through Uma Musume, but there's still a place in my heart for her. Still a place in my heart. Alright, we have it mostly up. Let me pull up Wikipedia, and let me just make sure Twitch is open as well. There we go. And we can transfer over. Perfect. Sorry about the delay. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. Okay. Give me one more second. My apologies. Just need to pull this up. And yeah, let's go down to her racing career. At her debut on November 17, 1998, at the Kochi racetrack, Haru Urara lost, placing 5th and last. Over the next 4.5 years, she would compete once or twice every month without winning. In June 2003, after gamering her 80th consecutive loss, the story was picked up by the national Japanese media, making Haru Urara a household name. She quickly became very popular in Japan and was called the shining star of losers everywhere. Makegumi no Hoshi, for continuing to run, despite her losing streak. This surge in popularity was dubbed the Haru Urara boom, and news about Haru Urara reached the international community. During the boom, Haru Urara betting tickets began to be used as omamori, particularly for protection against traffic accidents. The word ataranai in Japanese can be both to lose a bet and to avoid being struck. So it's said that Hara Urara betting ticket could protect the owner's car from being hit. In September 2003, the Kochi Prefecture Horse Racing Association introduced a service wherein they would stamp the word on any betting ticket related to Hara Urara. Omamori was also created from the mane and tail hairs that were said to have fallen out during brushing, but production was soon halted due to concerns expressed by animal welfare groups. They were instead replaced with wooden plaques. At a race held on March 22, 2004, during the peak of her popularity, more than 13,000 spectators packed the Kochi racetrack, 3,000 of whom had gathered outside before the gates opened, forcing the track to open 30 minutes earlier than scheduled. Some people waited in line for up to 5 hours to buy a ticket at the Hara Urara commemorative ticket booth, which was established especially for the event. Fans bet a grand total of 121,751,200 yen on a Hara Urara victory, an impressive sum, particularly for a horse that had not won once in more than 100 attempts. Despite being ridden by Japan's premier jockey, Yutaka Take, Hara Urara earned her 106th consecutive loss, placing 10th among 11 horses running. Her name means glorious spring or gentle spring. Numerous products using Hara Urara's name or image have been produced, including stuffed toys, keyrings, mobile phone straps, stickers, stamps, train tickets, rice, shochu, hats, t-shirts, and bras. A number of books and songs, as well as film, were also written about Hara Urara during the boom period. The Japanese Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi said, "I'd like to see Hara Urara win, even just once. The horse is a good example of not giving up until the face of defeat." Hara Urara ran her last race in August 2004 and retired with a record of 0 wins and 113 losses. Hara Urara is and will always be a legend. An icon for the unyielding spirits and tenacity. As such, I just want to say 07 to Hara Urara. 07. Right. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm not too familiar with horse racing in general, but even I have come across Hara Urara's story and have been just stunned, I guess. To see a horse with such tenacity, such perseverance, even when nothing is just going right for it. It is an inspiration. May you rest in peace, Hara Urara. May you rest in peace. And I guess we should probably... It's not really the right mood, not really the best mood, but we should probably learn some Japanese. Learn some kana, practice. You know, maybe example some tenacity of our own. So, without further ado, let us hop right into our little kana learning session and begin. Right? Is this live? It is live. Yeah, it should be over. Okay, perfect. And we can continue. Right, and this is za, I mean. Who? Oh, this one is O. It's that weirdo that I never really remember too well. But it's nice. Ni and HYA. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is this one always usually gets me. I think it's gay, Ge. Okay. So I am correct. I am correct. That will be stored in my memory because I usually struggle with that one specifically. Mew, uh, Mya, and Re. Okay. That is Re. Hmm. I need to get more energized. I don't know why. I've been sluggish the past few days. I think I need to cut back on sugar because I've been really just enjoying it way too much over the weekend and the past few days. And it's been just zapping all of my energy. Is this yo? It is yo. Okay, good. I was worried. I was worried. And this is go. I don't know why I hit backspace instead of... Well, I hit enter, I think, on accident. Huh. That's really weird. And this is Gyo. This is Gyo. Gyo. This is Shida Jida Jo. This is Da. Okay, lovely. We're getting somewhere. And I accidentally... Ooh, a little fat finger mistake. That's not the best. That's not the best. I didn't really have anything prepared for the stream in terms of conversation starters. My notes have been pretty dry the past few days. I've been meaning to make a schedule, and I probably will make one after the stream. Granted, a very loose schedule, but it should still be good. Should still be good. But I did try to pull up some conversation points. So let's see, or conversation starters from womenshealth.mag.com. I don't know what that means. And the first point is, if you got to choose your name, what would it be and why? Well, I think you know the what would be. Stone Talk. I am the Stone Talk channel. My name is Stone. It was the name that I chose, and it's a great name that I chose. It's a fantastic name that I chose. Why is something I didn't really talk about. It's weird, but it's silly, but it's fun. I guess I can start off with why. I mentioned this before very briefly, but I am someone who is quite introverted. All throughout their life, becoming a bit more extroverted in recent years, but still very much introverted person. A little shy, a little nervous, little everything. And streaming, VTubing is a way for me to get out of my shell a bit. A way for me to grow, I'd say, as a person. Become more sociable, more comfortable with myself and everything. Oh. And one thing that helps me mentally, I guess, a little knick-knack I have, like a good luck item, is a Blarney Stone, a little Blarney Stone. If you don't know what a Blarney Stone is, it's an Irish mythology that basically says this stone, when kissed, gives someone the gift of gab, the power to speak, the power to communicate. And to me, that's really cool because that is something that I feel I lack. I feel like I lack that talent. So, in honor of that, of the item that means so much to me, that is a reflection of how I want to grow, I became Stone Talk, a talking stone. A stone with the gift of gab. A stone with the gift of gab. A talking stone, a Stone Talk. And that is my channel name lore, I suppose. That is the lore of my channel name. A little silly, a little ridiculous, but it means something to me. And that's why I like it. I feel very relaxed and very calm. I don't know why. Oh, that's Poe. Of course it's Poe. Silly me. And this one is... It's not Sue, is it? Is it? I think it's Sue. Oh, it's new. Oh yeah, it is new. Sue is without this bit here. It's just this little line, I believe. Okay, that's nice. Let's move on to the next topic then. What TV show would you want to be in, and which one would you not want to be in? Oh, that's is there a TV show called World's Luckiest People? I feel like that's something I would want to be in. But no, I'm trying to think. Real TV shows that I want to be in. Unfortunately, a lot of the TV shows I like kind of suck. I'm a big fan of, well, let's start with some of my favorite shows. ReZero. I love that show. It's terrible to live in. It is a terrible place to live in. Unless you're like evil, it is a terrible place to live in. And even if you are evil, it's a terrible place to live in. Everyone is so cruel and crass, and it's just not cool. It's not cool. It is not cool. And is this, whoa, what is this? Frozen. Whoa, hello? That's weird. That is weird. I don't know what's going on, but that's fine. There we go, there. There we go. I'm sorry, things were messing up. But that should do it, and this should do that. The TV shows I would like to be in, ReZero is a no-go. I'd say maybe Pokemon. That would be fun. I have some Pokemon stuff adorning my desk. My nice little Chandelure poster right there facing me. Actually, technically it's facing away from me. The Chandelure is literally looking away from my desk. The opposite direction of me. The little Litwick. The Litwick in it is directing its eyesight towards me. So that's nice. That is nice. I think... Ooh, what is my Pokemon team? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's nice. I might have to look it up. You know what? I think we might take a little break and think about that. What is my ideal Pokemon team? Let me pull my notepad for this, actually. I'm very curious. My ideal 6. I don't know why. I'm getting very distracted. Very distracted indeed. But it doesn't matter. Can I pull you up? Oh, that was... I use my notepad for a lot of things. One of them was to, for concert tickets. I was able to get tickets, but that's where I messed. But basically, let's pull up notepad again. And let us see. So we have 6 slots. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stone's Pokemon team. Stone's Pokemon team. Lovely. Oh, wow, that perfectly fits. I don't have to change anything. So, I'm not going to say who's the starter, who's the ace, who's the blah, blah, blah. Let's just go off of what I like. Chandelure. I don't even know if I'm spelling things right. It's going to be right. It's not correctly spelled, but that's fine. 2, who do I like? I'm a big fan of Lucario and Empoleon. I have a very embarrassing story. When this is one of my earlier memories, I was a part of like a pee-wee soccer team when I was little. Like a very junior one, just to like to get the kids to play even when they're terrible at it, blah, 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 just like with the kids and whatnot. I was probably maybe 5 or something at the time, and I watched the movie for, I believe it was airing on like Cartoon Network or something, but the Lucario Pokemon movie. The Lucario Pokemon movie. I had watched it, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, this guy is really cool. This guy's insane, and this guy has aura, not like modern day aura where it's like an air of wonder. It's like literal aura where he can predict the future and whatnot, and I thought that was really cool. And I remember I was playing soccer once, and I was supposed to be, I think, a midfielder or forward or something, and my team got possession of our ball from the defense, and instead of rushing up and pushing up to the offense, I stayed back. I stayed back in defense in our half of the pitch while my team was on offense because my aura told me that the ball would come back. And the ball did come back. So little me was like, oh my god, I can predict the future. Not realizing that not contributing to the offense, making it uneven, giving an advantage to the defense, kind of turns the ball over. I thought I was reading the future when in reality I was just I was going to say a victim of circumstance. That's not true at all. I was creating the future that I did not desire because of my lack of commitment. And Empoleon, it was the first Pokemon I ever got to level 100. Because I did not level up any of my Pokemon in that game except for my Empoleon. I remember in Platinum, I faced Gardenia. And Empoleon was my starter. Or Piplup, I should say, my starter. I'm facing Gardenia. I can't beat her because she's a grass-type gym leader, and I refuse to level up any of my Pokemon that are not Piplup. Piplup evolves, still can't beat Gardenia because now I'm like over level 20 or whatever the level cap is, and it's not listening to me. So I keep grinding against like level 10 Beedoofs, and eventually I get an Empoleon. I have one gym badge, and I have an Empoleon. And finally, after multiple tries, because I'm not good, after multiple tries, I was finally able to beat Gardenia with my Empoleon, which was severely overleveled. And I mean severely overleveled. And it was great. It was great. It was wonderful. Is my Twitch not working? That was weird. No, it is working. I'm sorry about that. It just wasn't showing up. But that's besides the point. These are 3 of my favorite Pokemon. What else can I choose? Do I have any... I'm trying to look at my desk for inspiration. I have a lot of Lugia-themed stuff. I'm not normally one to pick legendaries, but I can't think of anything else. So Lugia, welcome to the team. I have a lot of blue colored Pokemon. Chandelier's Flame is blue, or bluish, yeah. Lucario's blue, Empoleon's blue, Lugia's blue. It's a blue team. Oh, Gliscor. That's purple. Well, the wings are blue for Gliscor, isn't they? Wow. This team is not balanced at all. It's just Pokemon I like. Now, anything else? Maybe the original... I'm trying to think. I do like Metagross, but I will go off of I remember the first Pokemon pack I ever opened. First pack of cards I ever opened for Pokemon. I didn't collect a lot of Pokemon cards, but I remember the first pack I ever opened, I got this really cool Pokemon, and I thought it was so cool, and then I heard it evolved. And it evolved into a... Let me click it. Salamence. I've never actually had a Salamence in game, though, which is funny. But, yeah, this is Stone's Pokemon team, and it will destroy yours. Probably not. Very unbalanced. Very blue, though. Very blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. I like green as well. Green has been growing up in recent years. It's been creeping up. It might overtake blue eventually, but not today. And so many cool things are blue. So, well, there's a lot of purple here, too. I do like purple as well, but that's besides the point. Point is, that is my Pokemon team. Let's see if yours can beat it. Let's see if yours can beat it. Okay. And we can hop back. Oh, sorry, that was half of the question. The other half of the question was, which fictional world would you not want to be in? And as I was mentioning before, there's so many terrible fictional worlds. ReZero is one that comes to mind because while it's really cool, I love the world building, it kind of sucks. Oh, speaking of world building, I don't know why, I was remembering this the other day, but Dungeon Meshi, Delicious in Dungeon, the world building of that show is the best I've ever seen. Which is insane because they're just eating food most of the time. They're just kind of having a nice meal, a nice succulent meal. But the world building of that show is just absolutely bonkers. it's just bonkers. They'll have entire reasons of how dungeon creatures have evolved over time. It's like, this is a really good soup. This is a really good soup. And they'll just have all this lore and stuff dumped in the background. And the characters don't care too much about the lore. They obviously care some bit. But the fans eat it up. I forget if is there a film theory episode on Delicious in Dungeon? There should be, if there isn't. It is an incredible thing. It is an incredible thing. It has incredible world building, but I'm trying to think of... Well, yeah. In terms of fictional worlds that suck... Sorry, Dungeon Meshi, great world. Honestly, very relatively positive in terms of fictional worlds. It seems pretty a nice fantasy world where magic exists. There are dungeons. Seems pretty cool. But we are talking about worlds that kind of suck. And there's a lot that suck. For instance, I'm looking at my Chainsaw Man poster. Not the best. Not the best. Not the best world to live in. It's I do not want to be demon food. I do not want to be killed by demons. I don't think anyone wants to be killed by demons. It's quite scary. But I would probably have to go with ReZero because it's the first thing that came to mind. That is the first thing that came to mind. So let's move on to the third thing. Do you have a secret talent? Can you do it right now? I have a few. Unfortunately, they're not really stuff you can see on camera. One of them, I can rumble my ears. I can flex my tensor tympani, or whatever it's called. And let me do it now. Yeah, you probably didn't hear anything because there's nothing to hear. It's just rumbling in my ears. It doesn't make an audible sound. But it's a real thing. Look it up. Actually, I can look it up. Let me make sure. I can just do tensor tympani. I spelled it wrong, but whatever. Tympani. Yeah. Small, striated muscle located in the middle ear. Plays a role in hearing, sound, and perception. Wikipedia, my beloved. Nerve supply, development, function. Involuntary control. I can voluntary control it. Additional images. I wonder, let me control F for rumbling. Rumble. Some individuals can voluntarily produce this rumbling sound by contracting the muscle. According to the National Institute of Health, voluntary control of the tensor tympani muscle is an extremely rare event. That is my talent. It's not a very flexing one. Rumbling sound can also be heard when jaw or neck muscles are slightly tense while yawning deeply. Wait, can I? I sort of can, but I feel like I'm just activating the tensor tympani. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's really cool and really interesting. And let me go back to the right tab. Tensor tympani. Let's go. Let's go. Other than that, I'm pretty flexible with my legs. I can put my pinky toe on the back of my head. I'll do that now, but you won't be able to see because, you know, P&G. But there we go. Okay, actually, that didn't seem flexible at all. I used to be more flexible. I used to be able to get my inner thigh on the floor in a lunge. I used to, I remember one day, this is going to sound so weird. I was making an all-star basketball team out of Catholic saints with a friend. There is no, that is the context. That is the context. And I just casually, like, fully put my foot behind my head, like a pretzel almost. I don't know why that's the, that's the thing that comes to mind. But yes, that is probably two of the things I can do. Unfortunately, not very visible. When I was a kid, what name did I give my favorite toy or stuffed animal? Ooh, I'm trying to remember. That's so long ago. I named all my stuffed animals. I had a lot of stuffed animals. A good few stuffed animals. I named them all. I forget what I named them, though. think I named one of them Snowy. It was a little snowman thing I got for Christmas one year. Little snowman thing. Oh, my cursor is on top of that? Oh, that's annoying. I believe it was Snowy. My favorite was this blue dog. And I forget if it had bandage thing. I forget what I named it. I did not name it Doggy. I did not name it Barky. I did not name it Bluey. Shout out to Bluey, though. Bluey's killing it. Great cartoon. Especially for children. If you have children, would recommend watching it with them. But I forget what I named him. And he was probably my favorite. But I do remember I used to play like superpowers with them. I used to give them like superpowers and have them play with them. And that dog, that blue dog, I gave the power of bandages. I gave the dog the power of bandages, which were like, it was able to heal, I guess teammates, but also was able to restrain opponents, just like literal bandages, or metaphorical, imaginary bandages that would shoot out, that could heal, that could restrain. It was very, little me was very invested in this world building. And I forget what this is. This is Chi. It's not Chi. It's Te. Okay, that's nice. Te. And this is Zu. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Wait. Is this Ra? It's Ra. Almost got me. You almost got me. But unfortunately, I don't remember its name. I don't remember. If I had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say? I would teach it to say like and subscribe, because I cannot say like and subscribe. I'm very bad at it. I'm very bad at it. I'm very bad at shilling. But let's move on to the next question. If you can make the ultimate sandwich, what would be on it? Well, I've done this before, actually. I've made the ultimate sandwich. Can I pull up an image of it, actually? Let me see. Let me see if I can. I might be able to. But to me, the ultimate sandwich is very simple. I think for that sandwich specifically, on lightly toasted Bastogne bread, I put some fried chicken breast and bacon. Very simple, but it was delicious. Everything was cooked really well. That was the only time in my entire history where I was able to, how do I say this? Only time that I was able to actually fry food correctly. And I still am so proud of it because it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious and I loved it. And I have, oh, that was a nice fry. I also made fries with it. That's an image of it. Do I have any better images of that? Oh, that's nice. Blah, blah, blah. Sandwich. I think that's a nice picture of it. Let me try to pull this up, actually. I might be able to put it on stream. Let's see. That's when I took it. So, let's see if I'm able to find it. Give me a moment to try and check that out. But it was a delicious sandwich. I bought like a special breading, and I actually fried it well. I fried it correctly, I should say. And it was just the best. It was just the best sandwich I've ever had. And I'm still mad. I can't fry food anymore. I cannot fry food anymore. I don't know why. Every time I try to fry food, I mess it up. I mess it up. I mess it up. And it makes me upset. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that I cannot fry food. Because fried food is so delicious, but it's such a pain to make. And every time I try to make it, it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. 2024. That month. Let's see if I have it. Are they all gonna... They're gonna be PNGs, right? Don't tell me I have to, Bang, bang. 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Is this it? Please tell me this is it. Nope. Well, maybe. Bang, 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 bang. These things are not... Wow, did it not take the right image? Did not... You know what, let's try this one. Did I try to open? I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know. But we're going to try to copy this over. We're going to try to. It's not going to work. I know it's not going to work. But... Oh, we already have that there. So let me put it in... I have so many pictures and stuff. It's really annoying. Let me go there. Let's do copy and replace. It's all the way down there. .heic file. That's weird. Whatever. We're going to try to pull it up. I've spent too long for this not to work, so let's hope it works. And let's put a... Not audio. Image capture. Where's image? Or image? There we go. Image. Food. This is the ultimate sandwich. It doesn't look good because I'm bad at lighting. I am bad at lighting and setting up lighting for stuff, but it was a delicious sandwich, I do have to say. Do we have HEIC? We don't. We don't. Blah, blah, blah. Where is this in my folder? Sorry, give me one more second. Oh, it's by date? Oh, it's just by the date. Okay. Date. Okay. I can find that then. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. Can we try this? Whoa, what the heck is that? Okay, I guess it doesn't want to be seen. This is the image. This is the image. I guess it's not really a file that can be seen then. That's disappointing. That's sad. But at least I showed you the sandwich. It's so good that it doesn't appear on stream. It doesn't appear. Wow, that's quite silly. That is quite silly. What's the next thing other than the sandwich? Funniest thing I've read recently? I don't know. Well, actually, no, I do know. Not really read, but seen. I listened to Nyanner's and Bebe's new song, and the name of it is an expletive, so I won't say that because I try not to say expletives. I'm not too against it. It's just I try not to. But they have some very funny bars in the song. Mostly written. Was it mostly or all written by Nyanner's? I forget, but it's very funny to me, some of the words. Like, you ain't just a bottom beep, you a bottom feeder. Got me dying with laughing. And, you're searching on IKEA for your man's cuck chair is... I'm sorry, I lack the charisma to properly share why it's so funny to me. I do lack the charisma for that, so I have to apologize for that, but it was the funniest thing I've seen in a long while, and I've been dying laughing. It's been a bit of a guilty pleasure to watch every so often. And the Konaru did the MV, and if you don't know who Konaru is, he's a bit of a legend who just constantly makes some of the best MVs and whatnot for specifically VTuber related things. You've probably seen some of his work on like Hololive stuff. I believe he did actually, let me look it up to make sure. Wait, not here. Let me open up a new tab on my own and search him up just to make sure. Konaru. Let's just make sure. I believe he did like a... let's see. Blah, blah, blah. 10 remixes. Where's Konaru? Where are you on this? Konaru and let me just search up Konaru MVs. He's done a lot of very fun stuff. I think he did one for Lifetime Sochime. MV. Not Konaru. Oh my goodness. Kana-uru. Oh, Kana-uru. Oh, that's my bad. That is my bad. Wait. Yeah, Kana-uru. I'm sorry. Kana-uru. I just said it with that. Yeah, some Mikomet stuff. Yeah, worked on Tasty. Worked on Carbonated Love. Did like Fumoku Kendrick Lamar. Did a Rebellion PV. A lot of PVs. Konaru cooks a lot. And what I'm trying to say is Konaru's great. Incredible talent. Really captured a lot of the visual. Reflected the lyrics energy. And it was insane. Everything was insane. I just have to absolutely give props there. Because props are absolutely due. It's also very hot. I'm turning on a fan. Let's see. What item you hope will be obsolete in 20 years? Ooh. Ooh, there is a lot of things. What item? Well, before I have said I'm not too big on SUVs and trucks, but the world, some parts of the world does need that, and while it's just not my cup of tea, I will never buy one, or I will hope I will never have to buy an SUV or like a truck, but that's just my personal preference. That's not a hope the world will be rid of. But what I hope the world will be rid of, I don't know. I really don't know. That's hard to say. What I want the world to be rid of, or I hope will be obsolete in 20 or whatever years. I would say, I could go for something like middle management, but that's not like a tangible thing. That's more of a concept. And let's see, is there something that really just annoys me? You know, if I say taxes, the monkey's paw is going to curl. Oh, but granted, recently I've been reminded of the famous quote from Dan Versus, I don't care who the IRS sends, I am not going to pay my taxes. But if I say taxes, the monkey paw is going to curl up. I really don't know. I kind of like a lot of things. Oh, wait. Probably mosquitoes. Not a fan of mosquitoes. I know they're living beings, so maybe they don't really count. Well, I know it's obsolete. Mosquitoes are already obsolete. Mosquitoes just kind of suck. But that's rid of, not obsolete. And obsolete, I don't know what will be. I mean, some slang is going to be obsolete in 20 minutes. I'm going to be honest. This might make you sound old. I don't get 6'7". It's literally just a kid saying 6'7". That's the entire thing it got born from. I don't get why it's been so hyped up. I don't get the draw of it. It's just, I don't understand where this like cultural push came from for it. The number 6'7". I don't understand it. I understand the joke. The joke is funny because the kid said 6'7", and he looks like a generic kid. He just said the numbers 6'7". But I don't understand. I don't understand why it became so popular. I just don't understand that. I guess some slang like that. Because some slang I get, like charisma. Riz is the Riz of charisma. I get that. It's part of Merriam Dictionary. It's part of Merriam-Webster now. It's in the dictionary. It's a legitimate word now. I understand that. I am fine with that. I thought Riz is a little cringy to start with, but I'm used to Riz, and I'm fine that it exists. I'm fine with that. But 6'7", I don't get what's so funny about it. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Let's move on. If I was famous, what would my stage name be? Same thing. Stone Talk. Talking Stone. There we go. Genius, if I do say so myself. And I do say so myself because I am a genius. Self-proclaimed. But but self-respected. Self-respected indeed. Right. Let me take some more water. And move on. What character from a movie, book, show do you relate to the most and why? I relate to a lot of characters. I think a lot of characters of good television are, or even bad television, are supposed to be relatable. Like, you have, obviously, your self-insert characters that are supposed to be relatable, but then you have your fleshed-out characters who have tropes about them or things about them that relate to someone's real experiences. I guess one of the favorite shows where I noticed this, at least for me, was Kaguya-sama Love is War. I think I related to every person in the main cast. I think I did. Like with Ishigami, who's probably my favorite character of that show. I understand, social awkwardness, the nervousness, the everything. It's a relatable trope, and trying to do the right thing and going about it the wrong way. I understand how the inability to find the right words and the feeling of what it's like to be seen in the wrong when you know you're doing the right thing, and you know if you could express it and if people took the time to listen to you, they would understand that you are doing the right thing. But he's relatable in that sense. And then Miko Ino, she has a strong sense of responsibility, and she follows the rules to a T, for better or for worse, and oftentimes for worse. And it makes her seem uncool at times, and makes people clash with her a bit. I relate to that. I was very obedient with every rule when I was younger. Was very obedient with every rule there was. Very concerned about following the law at every time. Like, oh, we can't jaywalk here. Blah, blah, blah. Very much, I guess, obsessed over that to a negative degree. I think I've been more relaxed now, but it's something I can definitely relate to. Hiragana, the president. I guess with him, I had the feeling of trying to master this one thing, be studious, and seem perfect in that way. I had to relate to that. And then Kaguya. Again, a similar but different air of perfection that she has to do, has to exude. She has to live up to her parents', or really her father's, whims. Not even expectations, just whims. And I guess her sheltered innocence also is something that's relatable. How do I say this? Her being sort of cut off from the world and unfamiliar with a lot of common things. With the internet, with text messaging, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't have that social aspect to actually educate her. Oh, hello, Meme. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I am doing fantastic. I am just yapping about some characters I find relatable. Sorry for a short entrance, but it's getting late for me. 10:04 p.m. Fair enough. Well, welcome here anyway. Whether you're here for a long time or just a little bit, always a pleasure to have you. I didn't prepare anything too much for the stream, so I've just been practicing some kana, not getting too far with it. It's been an hour and only 70 correct so far, but it's been fun. School is school, weekends are totally fine. Oh, nice. Yeah, I understand. Not in school, but I have the 9 to 5, so weekends are free. Weekdays are less free. Probably going to end in maybe an hour, which is a shorter stream for me, but, it's fine. It's a good stream. But I understand the freedom on the weekends. I yearn for the weekends, but unfortunately they pass me by so quickly. And let's move on with some topics. Who do you think will be playing oldies radio playing on oldies radio in 30 years? That's interesting. In 30 years, What's on oldies radio? I don't even know what oldies radio really is now. I guess it's my parents' music. So in 30 years, it'll be my music. But I don't really have music taste. I don't really know. Would it be like early 2000 songs? I'm thinking like maybe Blink 182, or is that really already oldies? Because it's almost 30, not almost 30 years. It's been like 20 years since some of that stuff has come out. Some of those songs have come out. It's been probably 20 or so years since Blink 182, since Green Day. A lot of their earlier songs came out early mid 2000s. So it's been a long while for that. So it would probably be a lot of Taylor Swift, actually. See ya, everyone. Have a good day. See you in the weekends on next streams. See ya. Rest well. Sleep well. Drink some water. Make sure to get up. Get your full 8 hours of sleep because it's very important because you're going to school. And have a great night. Yeah, in retrospect, it's probably going to be a lot of Taylor Swift. Oldies music in 30 years. It's probably going to be a lot of Taylor Swift. Honestly, she might even still be playing. She might not be retired. But I think some of her songs will probably be oldies music. Unfortunately, I'm not. I just kind of like what I like. I'm not too familiar with pop culture and pop music. I just sort of like what I like. I play my old songs and I like my old songs. Change is scary. All that jazz. All that jazz. Oh, that's Ja. That's right. That's silly of me. That is silly of me. Right, what was the next things? Next question. Not question, but next thing. What is a food combination people eat that you just can't get behind? Ooh, a food combination I just can't get behind. I don't know. I really don't like a lot of texture, like a lot of textureless foods, like liquid. Well, that's liquid foods. That's different. I like solid things. I like things with texture. But things that you don't understand, I don't know. I would have to say, like, first thing that comes to mind is, like, well, it's not really a food combination, but natto. I don't understand how, well, I'm not really familiar enough with what natto is, but just, like, the sticky beans is not necessarily the most appealing. But I need to think, like, fried ice cream. Well, no, I kind of can get behind fried ice cream. I just don't understand it, and I would like to try it, but I don't understand it. Fried butter, that is it. Or fudge-covered bacon. It's one of those things. One of those things I don't understand at all. That's the American way. That's the American food. And I know they're like usually like knickknacks, but I've seen chocolate and fudge-covered bacon. I think I would try that. I would try that. I don't want to try it, but I would try that. I would definitely try that maybe. I am not opposed to trying that. But yeah, chocolate covered bacon is not really the cream of the crop. Not really the cream of the crop. And then I forget what else did I say? I said fried butter. That's not a thing, is it? I feel like it's a thing. It sounds like it would be a thing, but I don't believe it's a thing. I don't believe in fried butter. I'm not going to look it up. You know, I am going to look it up. While I move on to the next thing. What is one item you cannot live without? I don't know, but it's definitely not fried butter. But let me look it up. No. Fried butter is a deep-fried food popularized at U.S. state fairs that involves coating a frozen stick or ball of butter in a thick, sweet batter, often cinnamon-flavored, and then frying it in hot oil until golden brown. The batter protects the butter from melting Oh, I'm sorry. I am disgusted. The batter protects the butter from melting completely during the quick frying process, though some just leak out, resulting in a hot, sweet, and incredibly buttery treat. It is typically served with glaze, powdered sugar, or other... I I'm I am legitimately disgusted. I I I I was imagining it. It is in my head, and it is, oh dear. I'm I'm unwell. I am I am unwell. Fried butter. Yikes. Just yikes. Oh no. I imagined it leaking out. It's like, that is, I don't, that just seems like a disgusting amount of butter. And it's just it's like a combination of the grossest of foods, and then the butter leaking out at times. Oh, that is probably the worst combination of food. You know, I take it back. Chocolate bacon, you are a saint compared to this. Fried or deep fried butter, whatever you want to call it. That is the thing that disgusts me the most. I will never, ever consume that. It could be my life on the line or fried butter. Eat one thing of fried butter, and I can live. Life on the line. I'm gonna choose death. I'm not doing fried butter. I am not doing fried butter. Oh my, oh my, ew. But what is one item I can't live without? I'm gonna use the cop-out. What should I? Cop-out answer is cell phone. Cell phone is just so convenient to have on your person. My cell phone is my bank. My cell phone is my credit card. My cell phone is my contacts. It's my work. It's my leisure. It's my everything. There's so much convenience in a cell phone that it's probably the most important item in my life. Computer is pretty high up there because everything's digital nowadays. Everything is digital. So I understand. And what is this? I forget. This isn't me, is it? It is me. It's Moo. It's Moo. Of course it's Moo. Why did I think it was me? I don't know. I don't know. But we can continue. But yeah, do I have a non-cheat answer? My Blarney Stone, maybe? I don't know. But let me just get this disgusting description of deep fried butter out of my way, and we can move on to favorite line from any movie. Ooh, I don't really remember too many lines from movies, I'll say. But I think my favorite line in everything, in any show I can think of, the line... Well, actually, I have a list of quotes. Maybe there's a movie one in there. I don't think there is. I think I looked once, and it was not too movie friendly. But I do have a list of quotes. So let me try to pull that up. And I'll see if there's one from a movie. But one of my favorite quotes from a TV show, I mentioned this early on stream, but from Dan Versus, one of my favorite quotes, well, my favorite quote from that show is, I don't care who the IRS sends, I am not paying my taxes. It's my favorite quote. But I was also reminded of another great quote from that show. Chris, if Dan jumped off a bridge, would you? Then there's awkward silence. Then Chris, what? Would you ever? And it's just that banter. It's great. Let's see. I will read some of my quotes off. I have them. To eat is to live. That's from Princess Connect Redive. From Kokoro saying that. It's not a matter of how long you live, but how you continue to live. That was Diva from Vivi's Florid Eye song. Let's see. Any other quotes that I have? You weren't born to be perfect. You were born to be you. These are a lot of good quotes that I like to keep. They make me feel happy reading them. But yeah, you weren't born to be perfect. You were born to be you. This was from Dr. Hakim from It Takes Two, the talking book from It Takes Two that helped the couple navigate their divorce. Very fun game. That game is basically a movie. I've watched a few playthroughs of it. Yeah, I've watched a few playthroughs of it. It's been a while, though. I think I watched 2 full playthroughs, and then other people play it as well. It's a fun game. Well, it's a good game. It's a good game. It also does look like a fun game. I hate to say fun game, though, when it's a game about divorce, but it does seem like a nice, fun game. But let's see, who did I see play it? I saw Mythzen and Your Pal Ross play it. I saw Takanashi Kiara and Calliope Mori play it. Those are the 2 full playthroughs I saw. And then I saw, who was it? Was it Gigi and Raora play it recently? I think I saw one stream of that. I'm not sure if they played it fully through, though. I'm not sure, but yeah, I remember it was very popular around when COVID hit and whatnot. It Takes Two. Fun game. What is it? Take-Two Productions? Fun. Very fun game. Would recommend. Well, actually, I haven't played it. I want to play it. I should play it. Let's see. This one's... I'll say it. I don't know why anyone wants to become a ref, to be honest. From Nikola Jokic, the NBA MVP of 2024. Runner-up MVP this year. Fun guy. Fun quote. I just like basketball, so I put that in. Oh, and this one's one of my favorite quotes. It is more satisfying to hear a single thank you than an allay of sorries. I did it because I wanted to help, not because I wanted an apology. And that is from Amelia from ReZero. That's a great quote. That is a great quote. And then, and this one, I didn't watch the show, but from The Ghost of Molly McGee, there's this one line at the end. I watched a clip of it, and it was like, wow, that's a really good quote. And it goes like this. If I don't remember you, sorry. Well, I'll always remember you. Forever, friend. And that was Scratch saying the first part and Molly saying the second part. And it was a great quote. It was a great quote. Let's see. You like it because of who you are. That's another quote I have. From the old lady in Windbreaker. That's who I have it accredited to. Windbreaker being that fun little show by Clover Animations. They really cooked with it. It was a good show. Love the fight choreography, especially season 1. Oh, this is essentially a movie. It's better than a movie. This is from Ian Recco. And it's from none other than Gonathan. Gonathan with a G. I wish I loved you the way I wanted to. But I have not even mourned the love that I lost. That is... Every day I'm impressed by Gigi Murren's skills to just randomly come up with the most thought-provoking lines in history off the top of her head. Gigi cooks all the time. Gigi is absolutely insane. To be able... I wish I had the brain activity, the talent just to whip that out. She's an inspiration. And that line is an all-time quote. I need to say it with more passion. I wish I loved you the way I wanted to. But I have not even mourned the love that I lost. It's a great quote. It is an all-time quote. And I only have one more quote on my quote list. And it's from To Be Hero X from it's from Little Johnny. Oh, and his father. I forget his father's name. But let me just say the quote. You're upset right now. That's good. Because there's value in the sorrow we feel. It doesn't bring back what we've lost. It reminds of what we need. So remember, when we're sad, we need to cry our hearts out. But afterwards, remember hope lives in the power of a smile. I thought that was a nice little quote. It's a really fun one. I think there's merit in allowing yourself to feel sad, and this is basically the plot. That entire thing was just basically the plot of the first Inside Out movie, wasn't it? There's good things in feeling sad, but at the end of the day, we want to feel happy as well afterwards. There's value in being sad, but it can't take over our lives or whatever. If you could attend any celebrity wedding, which would it be? I'm going to be completely honest. Oh wait, I was going to say I really don't care. But that being said, if there is a Takamori wedding stream, I would pay tickets to attend that. If they sold out like some theater and had fans come in and they did like a fake wedding, that would be fun. Takamori, Autofist, or something like that. But as for real wedding, no, I'm not nearly parasocial enough. And I don't really know celebrities. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. That is just how it is. What was your kindergarten teacher like? Truthfully, I don't remember you, Mindy. I don't remember you well, Mindy. I remember your name is Mindy. Because of Drake and Josh. Josh's girlfriend was named Mindy. I was like, oh, Mindy, that's a unique name. Then my kindergarten teacher named Mindy. And I remember that. And I was like, I put two and two together. And I will never forget your first name, Mindy. Last name, forgotten, long gone. But first name, I remember you, Mindy. I remember you. What I don't remember is basically everything. I remember a few things from that kindergarten class. Remember once we finally got to Z on the alphabet, it was like, yeah, we did all the letters. Like, great. Now we can do lowercase letters. That was interesting. I remember on a math test, I had the question 6 plus 4 equals. I wrote 8. 8 is wrong. I looked at that. I was like, man, I'm going to be good at math. And then I became good at math eventually. I actually enjoy math now. I really enjoy math now. But that was my math villain origin story. And lastly, I remember we would have like an opinion chart at the beginning of the day. And it's like basically poll our opinions. And it was like one of the opinion charts one day was I like peanut butter. And if you know something about me, one of those things you might know about me would be the fact that I'm allergic to peanuts. So I go over to the teacher and said, teacher, I don't know the answer to this question. I'm allergic to peanuts. And then she was just like, okay, choose anyway. And I was like, oh, okay. And I chose no because I could not eat peanuts. Therefore, I did not like them. Therefore, I did not like the taste of them because I could not consume. Their taste is pain, and the pain dances on my tongue. The pain dances on my tongue. Therefore, peanuts are bad. Peanuts aren't bad. I just have a skill issue. But Mindy, that's all I remember about you. What was the question? What were you like? I don't remember. I really don't remember. Oh, I think we had green eggs and ham, but unfortunately I did not like eggs or ham, so I did not participate in the consumption of that. That's a skill issue on my part as well. If you could meet any author, who would it be and why? Listen, the most formative books in my childhood were Harry Potter. However, I do not wish to meet J.K. Rowling. I do not wish to meet her based on circumstances. And that's a can of worms I'm not going to touch with a 20-foot pole. So, pivot over. Trying to think of cool authors that I remember. I don't know. Maybe Dr. Seuss? Would I consider him? A lot of authors are also kind of crazy. I don't really... You know what? Should I just scratch that? Or is there like a really cool... Did like Mr. Rogers ever write a book? Mr. Rogers, of course, from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Really nice guy, really cool guy, really progressive guy, really great guy. Literally nothing bad you can say about the man. If he wrote a book, it's definitely him. I'm definitely choosing him. I'm just going to assume he wrote a book. So I'm going to say Mr. Rogers. I'm going to say Mr. Rogers. And I'm going to hope that that's an acceptable answer. If you wore one, what did your prom dress look like? I wore a suit. I rented it. It had a little vest. It was a black suit. I think it was a black vest, black tie. Was it black tie or red tie? I forget what I did. I did something like that. That was it was a good suit. It looked good on me. Everything looks good on me, but it looked good on me. But I'm gonna pivot. Should I pivot to that? What the heck? I modeled for a charity event once. And in that event, I wore a suit with, I believe, with a red vest and a red tie. And that was the suit. That was the fit. Really nice suit. Really great vest. Really great tie. I forget if it was a bow tie or I think it was a bow tie, actually. But yeah, really great suit. Really great vest. Really great tie. That is a little lore drop that will never be spoken of again. That is a little lore drop that will never be mentioned again. So, you heard it here first, you heard it here last. If you could be any kind of animal, peregrine falcon. Next question. I should talk about that. Peregrine falcon. I don't know why I call it peregrine. It's peregrine falcon. And it is the fastest animal in the world. It can reach speeds over, 210 kilometers per hour. It's very fast. It is very fast, and it flies. I think flying is cool. I think going fast is cool. I think being like an apex predator is cool. It's just a really cool animal. Well, I'm not sure if it's technically apex predator, but that's besides the point. Point is, cool animal, would like to be one for a day, or something like that. Would like to be a peregrine falcon. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I'm pretty liberal with the definition of a sandwich. Sure, why not? Hot dog is a sandwich. I understand the bun's connected, but at the end of the day, sometimes the bun is very cheap and it separates in half anyway. At that point, is it a sandwich? I don't know. I don't know where I draw the line, so I'm just pretty much ambivalent. I see the value in both sides, I guess, but I don't really care enough. So it's a sandwich to me. I'm not too keen on the issue. Have you ever seen a ghost? Where? Oh, you don't know the half of it. When I was a child, on Easter, I remember going downstairs early morning on Easter Sunday. I don't know why I remember it was Easter Sunday, but I remember going downstairs and I see this basically like porcelain white girl dressed like a doll and a younger lad, again, like porcelain white, little spectacle, in my living room. And they left the walls, and that freaked me out. I didn't scream. I was just freaked out. I was absolutely not that. I was just very freaked out. That was the time I saw a ghost. On Easter Sunday, in my living room. That is when I saw a ghost. I don't even know how old I was. Oh, hello, Raptor folk. Hello, cool. I'm not sure what you're referring to as cool. Ghosts were very scary for me. I'm not sure. You're probably referring to something else. But I just saw your comment while I was yapping along. But thank you. I hope you're having a good night, or morning, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Hope it's good. I'm good. So we will continue with Zhu and move on to the next topic. And the topic will be favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this. I probably have maybe once or twice before, but I am a glutton for Ben & Jerry's ice cream specifically. Whenever it's on sale, I feel an incredible urge to purchase it. I feel an incredible urge to purchase Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So I do, a lot. And I've experienced a lot of flavors. But I think... And I've been dabbling in with a lot of flavors, and some have been popping up every now and again as some favorites. Like, I really like the top mint flavor is really good for me. I like mint. I think it's really cool. But then topped cookies and cream. And top being like there's this like nice crunchy chocolate layer on top that adds texture to the ice cream. It makes like two different snacks. It's great. It's a ton of calories, but it's so worth it to me because I'm a glutton. And top milk and cookies is probably my favorite flavor as of recent, but my all-time favorite flavor of Ben & Jerry's would have to be Ben and Jerry's, was it Half-Baked? It's just, it got me through college. I remember we had, like, college does this stupid thing called points where you have to turn money into college points, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid. And they give you some with your meal plan, and I had a meal plan. So I didn't like buying things but basically, long story short, with the fake money the college gave me, I would buy Ben and Jerry's because I wouldn't spend it otherwise. And Half-Baked was my favorite flavor, and it got me through a lot of nights. I remember eating Half-Baked ice cream at like 3 a.m. while watching some show. And oh my, what a night that was. What a night that was. But yes, Ben and Jerry's, Half-Baked, probably my favorite flavor of all time. Absolutely lovely flavor. What is the next thing? How many languages can you say hello in? Oh no, that's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be hard. I can say hello in English. I'm not gonna count like hello, howdy, blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. Yeah, in English you can say hello. Hello. Hola in Spanish, bonjour in French. One of these things is going to be like, not hello, but like Ohayo gozaimasu. That's not hello. That's a greeting, but it's not hello. Oh my. Do I not know how to say hello in konnichiwa? That's it. Ni hao for Chinese. Let's see. I did. You know what? Let me get it out the list. And there's a solid chance that I'm wrong with this. There is a solid chance that I'm wrong with this. Let me open up a new tab. En. Hello. Es. Hola. French. Bonjour. I might spell some of these wrong. Konnichiwa. I don't even know what the abbreviation for some of these languages are, but ni hao. I'm butchering ni hao, aren't I? I'm making a fool out of myself. I should not have tried this. I think in Italian it's like one of the languages is like buongiorno, but I don't know which one. Oh my, am I out of languages already? No, there has to be. Oh wait. I don't know how to say German. Oh yeah, probably that. A German, hallo. Is that it? Is it just 6? I don't remember Latin. I don't remember. Man, I'm really bad at languages if I only got these 6. Do I really not know how to say hello in other language? A lot of the Romance languages do borrow from each other, but they're just different enough so I don't know. Wow, I really am ignorant of a lot of languages. I think I'm going to take the L. I'm not going to try anything else. I'm fairly confident in those. Not in the spelling, but in everything else I'm fairly confident in. That's lovely. What was my first email address? As if I still use it. I still use it. I still use my first email address. I didn't even create it. My dad created it for me. Stone Dad created my first email address. And it's still my primary email address, so I cannot share it. I cannot share. It's not even I still use it. It's my primary email address. So please understand. I cannot share that. I don't even share my Stone Talk email address. At least not yet. I don't know. Have I ever made a prank phone call? No. No, I have not. No, I have not. I remember all the classics like, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it. I remember all the classics, but I am not familiar with it, prank phone calls. Though I do remember, last day of middle school, my teacher hosted a pizza party based on people who she rewarded like good behavior and participation in class with like stickers, and people who had enough stickers got to invite to a pizza party at the end of the school year. And it's nice. And oh my, you just had to do that. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted because someone in Twitch chat posted a little bot selling thing, and I should just ban the message, but I don't know how to yet. So it's just easier to ban the user. But, sorry, not sorry. Get out of here. Boo! I'm booing you. Get booed. And now we can resume. Let's hop back over and continue. Right with some yeah. Where were we? Prank phone call? No, but at this special party, this special pizza party at the end of the school year, at the end of the academic year, I remember, waiting outside the classroom, and then across me are some of my peers. They're bannering. I'm too antisocial, so I'm not really friends enough with them to be bannering them, but I overhear what they're doing. And they whip out a cellular phone and start doing some prank calls. And I'm going to be honest, they weren't funny. It wasn't even like I'm upset at them. No, they just were not really funny at all. Like, it was disappointing. Like, you always think like prank phone calls are something that like really annoy people, riles people up. It's like, I got you, or girl, you darn kids. But no, prank phone calls, at least from an outside perspective, just kind of suck. They're boring. They are boring. They are boring. They're not funny. They're just boring. There's nothing else to say. You think you're so cool doing a prank phone call, but you're really just kind of boring. Like, I didn't say that they're boring, because like, let people have their fun. But undoubtedly, even in my young mind, where it was like, oh, if X people are doing it, it must be cool and popular. I was like, wow, that's like really uninteresting. No laughs were had because they weren't even funny with themselves. They didn't even make themselves laugh. They was like, dude. They were getting excited from prank calling, but they weren't actually like making themselves laugh or anything. So that's really bizarre. I've also never ding-dong ditched, but I hear people have. I think that's more of a rush from doing something that's technically taboo, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, which celebrity do you think I look like? Well, obviously I look exactly like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The resemblance is uncanny. Like, look at this face. Look at this face and tell me I don't look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yep. Resemblance is uncanny. Right. How do you spell it? Okay or okay with the letter O and then K, or O-K-A-Y? I do mainly the second one, but I do both. It doesn't really make a difference to me. What's the most embarrassing song on your phone right now? I'm going to be honest, I don't save music to my phone. I just go on YouTube and I hit the playlist and it does whatever. I guess the cringiest song that do I say that's the cringiest? Because I do love it, but I do recognize the fact that it's cringe. But I do love it unironically. It's a song that I bop to, I vibe to, I feel the passion for, but I understand it is cringe. And that would probably be Flex. That's probably the most... But that's not even embarrassing. I own that. I own that. Like, if someone hears Flex playing, I own that. I own that. I absolutely own that. That's not embarrassing to me. So what is? I'm trying to think. My car, I have a bunch of songs saved. So I'm going to try to go off of that. That would probably be Stacy's Mom. That's a song I can't... In public, if someone heard me listening to that, I'm dead. I am dead. That is not the song you want to get caught listening to. With friends, yeah, of course, funny. But, you know, that's not really a song you can just kind of pass off. So I'd have to say that Stacy's mom, but it is in my Cars playlist, and most of the time I do bop and vibe with it. Most of the time. Right, this is Ja, and this is New. No, Nya. Oh my goodness gracious. Is this no? Yes, it is. Right. If you could only subscribe to one YouTube channel for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Why? That is such a strange question. I would have to choose Stone Chalk, the famous channel on YouTube with a talking stone, who does various amounts of things such as play Stardew Valley, do daily puzzles, practice katakana and hiragana, while also being charming and witty while staying up to date with current events. Yes, sirree, Stone Talk channel is the channel for you to subscribe to. Heck, I am subscribed right now. Is that good enough for shilling? I hope so. I really do. I'm really bad at shilling. Also, I almost just choked on water. But we'll continue. What is the weirdest gift you ever received? Listen. Hear me out. I think I'm going to show it. I have to show it. It is... I have it still. It's a book. It is a book. It is a book that I have received as a gift. It was a white elephant gift. It was a joke gift. However, it was life-changing. It was very relatable, but it is mildly inappropriate, I do have to say. And I got it as a gag gift. But it is the weirdest gift I've ever received, I will say. It is absolutely the weirdest gift I have ever received, and I can't deny that. And once I pull it up, there it is. I'll just click the first one. It has its own Amazon link. It's a great read. It's a fun read. I will say it's a fun read if you have a crass sense of humor like me. I do have a crass sense of humor. Can you please load the image? I understand that there's some lag, but that's fine. But yes, cover your eyes, children. But the most weird gift I've ever received is none other than How to Live with a Huge Penis book. It's this book right here. How to Live with a Huge Penis. I received it. I read it. Would recommend. Very fun read. But I feel like I'm going to get demonetized from showing that. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. But yes, that is technically the weirdest gift I've ever received. And then, let's move on. What is the most random fact that I know? Most random fact? That's interesting. See, that's interesting, because the more you think about it, the less random the fact is. So, what would it be? It would have to be something interesting, something strange, something out there, something that, of a topic that not really... Well, it's not that not many people know about. It's a topic that you wouldn't really necessarily be knowledgeable about. Like for instance, you know, first the 106th digit of pi is 8. Yes, the 106th digit of pi is 8, but that's not a random fact. What is a random fact? But based on my person, it's not a random fact. But yes, I guess the most random fact I can think of, without knowing who I am as a person, is that the 106th digit of pi is 8. Most random fact that I can think of, or most random fact that I do know, would probably be something I don't even know. I was gonna say the flab of your skin on your elbow, the part that doesn't really have any nerve endings, is called the weenus. That's a random fact, but wow, what's one I can think of? Blah blah blah. I don't know. I'll just stick with the 106th digit of pi is 8. What's one thing you'll never do again? I can say memorize the first 106 digits of pi because I already memorized it, so I don't need to memorize it again. But no, that's besides the point. What is something I'll never do again? I don't think I'll ever spend. How do I say this? I don't think I'm gonna stay up till like 4 a.m. and wait. I don't think I'm gonna get 3 hours of sleep a night again. I used to do that in college a little bit. I shouldn't recommend it. I don't recommend it. You should try to get like 7-8 hours of sleep. I don't think there will be a night where I consistently get well, that's not doing it again. There will probably be a night where I only get 3 hours of sleep because I just want to do something, maybe an extended stream, go to bed late, and I have the day off tomorrow. Maybe I'd do that. So maybe that's a wrong thing to say. Something I'll never do again. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm going to pass on that. Well, actually, no, I'll think of something. I guess drink spoiled milk. I've done that before as a child, and it was the most putrid drink I have ever consumed. And I did spit it out, and I will never. And it's like was really spoiled milk. It was really spoiled milk, like disgustingly spoiled. And I will never do that again. Can you fold a fitted sheet by yourself? Yes, I can. I can try. It's not folded well because it's a fitted sheet. It's really hard to fold properly. You can't really fold it properly, but you can fold it by yourself. It's part of the Hitori Bochi way of bed care. That being said, I do need to actually change my sheets. I have new sheets that I've been meaning to put on, and I haven't. They're washed, they're clean, they're everything. The new sheets are ready to go. The old sheets need to go. They need to go in the trash. They need to go in the trash. And that'll probably be for tomorrow, or honestly, probably on the weekend. Probably on the weekend. But yeah. Let's see, what else do we do? Is soup something you eat or drink? I'd say both. I know that's a cop-out answer, but there's some solid parts of that you bite and eat, but some parts that you just slurp down. So, and I'm not really a big soup guy. But I would say both. And I think it's like, I don't think that's a cop-out answer. I think that's a legitimate answer. I don't know why, my nose feels a bit congested. Maybe I should lay back and relax a bit more. Maybe, just maybe. Right. Does square or round pizza taste better? Round. I am someone who has had the pleasure of going to New York City. I have had pizza there. I have tasted heaven. And heaven is a New York slice of pizza. And it's round. Well, it's a triangular slice of a round pizza, I'd say. Or technically a segmented arc, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's just delicious. It is just delicious, and I would absolutely recommend it. That being said, there are great square pizzas, don't get me wrong. And I think if you go to a bad pizzeria, their square is going to taste better than their regular slice. But the regular slice is just the home run. There's a reason why that's like the verbatim image of a New York slice. There's a reason. Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands? Hand for feet, clearly. Feet for hands, that's terrible. No opposable thumbs, that sucks. Literally, no one in their right mind would take feet for hands. That's terrible. At least hands for feet. You might strain your toe fingers, but guess what? They're dexterous, they can do stuff, and they'll work decently fine. Decently. Yeah, it sucks not having feet, but at the end of the day, at least you don't have at least you still have hands. Which do you prefer, talking on the phone or texting? I prefer texting as to calling someone or answering a call. However, when I'm talking on the phone, I guess that can be a bit better, but texting, I'd say texting. We're going to speedrun these and go to 150 on the questions. If you could be best friends with a character in any animated show, which would you choose? Best friends with any animated character? I don't know. don't know. Do I gel with animated? I don't gel with animated characters too well. I just appreciate them from afar. Is there just a really likable guy on television? Like, just a really chill guy. I don't know. A chill guy on television. You know what? First thing that comes to mind is Bandit from Bluey. The dad. You know, he's an archaeologist. But then again, he is an anthropomorphic dog, and I don't know how that would translate to real life. I don't know how... But yeah, he seems like a chill guy. Probably has some good life advice. Could be like a father figure. That's nice. You know, yeah, let's go Bandit because from Bluey, because I cannot think of anything else. I'm bad at being put at the spot, but Bandit, chill guy. Knows a lot about archaeology. Great life advice. And honestly, he's a good dad. And what else can you ask for in a man? What else can you ask for? Let's see. If you were a fruit, which one would you be and why? I would say an apple. I like apples. Specifically, do we go Honeycrisp, Macintosh, Gala? I think maybe a Honeycrisp. I'm feeling a Honeycrisp today. I'm feeling like a Honeycrisp. I like the I think Honeycrisp is the one I'm looking for. I like the firmness of the flesh of the fruit, the snap of it, the juiciness of the flavor. I think that really suits me. I think so. And last question, what is the funniest insult you can come up with? No, I can't do that. You're a stinky doo-doo head or something. I don't know. I can't do that. So let me try something else. What's something popular than that we'll all probably be embarrassed by years from now? Anything on social media, I've admitted the fact to myself that I will be embarrassed by this in the future. I'm embarrassed by this now. I'm embarrassed by some of the videos I have posted, but it's part of me. It's part of who I am. It's part of my growth. And I'm fine with having them online. And I probably won't take them down. Or at least I don't have any intention to. You know, we can do one more. Favorite dinosaur? Not Velociraptor, but Pterodasaur? No, what's the... Dinochilus, whatever it's called. Let me actually... Oh my goodness gracious. I haven't been on the screen. That's silly me. Silly me. But let me pull it up. Dinochilus. I forget what it's called, but that's roughly what it is. It's like a Velociraptor with a cool little hook tail. Dino with hooked claw. I don't know why Spinosaurus is coming up, but it's like a, I forget what it's called. It's like a Dienon Wychus and Utahraptor. Really? Utahraptor too? Huh. Utahraptors are pretty cool. But I'm just going to go with this one. Let me put it in first. And then notice we're actually dropping some frames, which is really bizarre, I'd say. Really bizarre. Can I just go to images for this? And let's hop on over. Images are loading. Yeah, this guy. It has like a curved toe that's really good for hunting. I'm not really doing my best with it. Let's try zooming in a bit. Yeah, you might see a little curved toe here. Pretty cool for hunting. And that's why I like it. The curved toe. But yeah, that's the Dinochilus. Or whatever you want to call it. I don't really know too much about names, truthfully. And, you know what? We'll do one more. Which Mario Kart character are you? I'm always Yoshi. I love Yoshi. I always want to be Yoshi. If I can't be Yoshi, I will scream. Okay, maybe I won't scream, but Yoshi is my favorite Mario Kart character. My favorite character to be in Mario Kart. You know, let's go to 45 questions. Strangest thing in my fridge? I have a piece of garlic in my fridge that has grown. I don't know how it's grown because it has not had sun. Well, garlic doesn't need sunlight, but it doesn't have soil to grow in. Yet it grows, and I don't understand how it's growing. What is it? I don't know. It's probably that. And last one. What is your favorite place that starts with New? New York, New Zealand, etc. Huh. I would have to say probably New York. You know, shout out All For One concert. Really loved my time there. Really loved New York City. Really liked the people there, actually. That was really surprising. Like, a lot of the... Like, I got lost on the, around Grand Central Terminal. I was trying to go to the station. Directions wouldn't take me to the station, so I was in the terminal. I was like, wow, I'm very confused. And this help information desk there, really helpful, really informative. Shout out to them. Absolutely amazing people. And I'm grateful because they got me where it needs to go in a timely manner. Where they showed me where I need to go in a timely manner. And for that, I am absolutely grateful. I am absolutely chuffed to bits, absolutely grateful, absolutely happy. Oh, and we'll do nay, and we will be donezo with this. Right? And my throat is a little sore. I need to practice talking. I think I've wanted to practice talking a little bit. I used to talk a lot to practice. I would record myself speaking for maybe like 10 or so minutes, and then I'd stop, and the next day I'd listen to that recording, see what was good, what wasn't, and then do it again over and over and over again. I think I want to start that up. I had audio logs of it specifically. And it was nice. It was really nice. I need some more water. Right, and I think today we're going to end off with some... Do I just want to do some Pokal? I think I already did the Wordle. I know I should save it for the next day, but I just can't help it. Because at like 12 o'clock night, whatever, I just said, man, it would be really fun to play some Pokal. And send this up. But I didn't do Pokal. I just did Wordle and Daily Puzzle. Sorry, Wordle stuff. So I think we're going to do Pokal, and I think we're going to call it a stream. One round, one opportunity. Off the flop, we see that Bex is second, Rex is first, and Lex is last. So considering Lex has an ace high, that means we need at least a pair for Rex and Bex. So maybe it's like an 8-9 and something for the setup. Oh, I guess we have to do this. 8. Let's say of hearts. 9 again of hearts. And then should we do well, what's next? Off the turn, Rex stays in the lead, but then Lex and Bex Lex topples Bex, and then on the river, Bex and Lex both take over from Rex. Okay. So this river is pretty important because it takes last and second place to first and second place or whatever. So it has to benefit both Lex and Rex. And the only way to do that would be maybe, I don't know. 8, 9. I was going to say one of these could be a straight, or both of them could, well, something they both can be a straight. Well, they could both be a straight, maybe. But that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. So let's see, what do we have here? What can get Lex and Bex over Rex? What is something that serves both? What is a single card that could serve both of them? Probably... Here's the thing. If it's a straight, Bex is favored over Lex. So, let's say it's an 8. This is a king. We'll go spades. 9 of spades. And what we're trying to set up is that Bex will have 2 pair, or full house or something. No, 2 pair, and Lex will have a straight. Oh, but that won't work because Lex needs to beat Bex on the turn. Huh. Yeah, that won't work. I was going to do something like King 9-2 to start. So Rex has 2 pair, Bex has single pair, Lex has nothing. And this would have to be like an ace, and then this being an 8 wouldn't work at all, because it would just be 9 8s. So I'm thinking, let's use a flush. Yeah, let's use a flush of clubs. We'll just put everything as clubs for now, and we'll change anything that needs to be. Right. Blah, blah, blah. That's your 2 pair. That's your 2 pair. And this... Ooh, king. Ace. Yeah, that should work. This technically satisfies every condition, except technically won't be a flush. But I believe it's in the flop that'd be wrong, rather than the turn. There we go. There we go. I called most of it. Now we just need the suit of this 2. Can't be a spade, so it's either diamond or hearts. So 50-50, let's try hearts. It's diamond. It's diamond. We almost one-shot that, though. That's insane. Rock on! Nice, I am rocking on. How many times have I lost this? I don't even know. Same amount of times I've got it right correctly. But yeah, man, I cooked. And now we can see. Bex went from pair, pair, 2 pair. Rex went from 2 pair straight through. And Lex went from high card pair to flush. Absolutely stunning. Right, that will do it for today's stream, I think. Thank you all for watching. It is always very appreciated. Whether you're just passing through or you stayed the whole time, thank you. And as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.